well, the main business that I did in those days was a consultancy on how to use technology for competitive advantage, right? And so I tried to equip myself with the technologies that I thought were leading edge at the time and would help me to beat the competition. I had an Untitled portable, which looked like that. I know you've got one in the machine here, in the museum here. I still got my Untitled portable. And the other machine that I've got in the back of my car, this is, would you believe, this machine made me a lot of money. Anybody ever seen one of those before? No? It's a disc fax, right? It does what it says in the name. It sends the contents of a disc over a telephone line. So it was a machine that got floppy drives, a 3.5 inch, 5.25. It would work with IBM PC and Mac. You put a disc in there, you tap the remote telephone number where another machine was at the end of that, and you got an exact copy of that disc with guaranteed 100% data integrity at the marvellous speed of 9,600 bits per second. Right? So this gave me the idea of developing our presentation services business so that we became a digital imaging company for people's presentation slides. So if you design a presentation in PowerPoint or Freelance or Harvard Graphics, you could take your disc to your local printer print shop. They would put it in their disc fax. We get an exact copy. We knew exactly where it had come from. And we would use our equipment to make 35mm slides or overhead transparencies or business presentations. We launched this in 1992 in a partnership with Prontoprint, and within 3 months we were doing 5,000 slides a month, would you believe? Okay, so that little machine I have a good reason to be thankful for the development that I have in my business. So, you know, whatever time period you look in history, whatever technologies come along, there are always, I think, these kind of opportunities, and now the technologies that I'm using, I think, are able to create similar kinds of opportunities. I was also a pioneer of, this isn't a digital camera, this is a forerunner of the digital camera. This is a Canon Iron camera, 1992, a fantastic resolution of 320 pixels by 200. So it's less than 1 megapixel, right? But this is a picture of me with my granddaughter that was taken around about 1992. She's 28 now. So, but that was the forerunner of the digital cameras that we see today and the smartphones that we have. So going on, I got involved in video conferencing. I also got involved in serious games as well, the use of technology, games technology for serious purposes. And in the year 2002, I put all of these technologies together and I created something called the Radio with Picture Show, which combined community radio with web conferencing. And so I had a breakfast chat show. So I had people come into the studio to interview about technology. I had people all around the world who connected via a teleconference. I interviewed Australia or different places. And I streamed PowerPoint presentation slides in a virtual classroom. And we had people, our furthest distance was a place called Nunavut in the Arctic Circle. And they were joining in these sessions from Market Harborough. I became the director of the Serious Games Institute, and that's when I really got seriously involved in immersive technology. So that is the virtual me with the physical Serious Games Institute behind. That's the real me with the virtual Serious Games Institute behind. We were just talking about how physical and virtual technologies were going to blend. So this is where I am today. This is the virtual reality headset that I'm going to talk about later. That's what my main business activity is now. But before that, it may be interesting to know that I got involved with Wearable Technologies to gamify my health. So I wore a jawbone up, and the reason that I started doing this was because my hobby is acting, and this picture you see there with a can of beer. I was in a play in Leicester called European Pictures, and May 2013. After the play, one of my friends said, "Dave, where'd you get your stomach padding from?" And I wasn't wearing it. Okay. And I said about that, and another friend said, "Dave, you're getting fat, I'm worried about you." I know, okay, that was a bit like water off a duck's back. But then I met an academic friend in Covent Garden. We were having a coffee, and she said, "You know, I think you've got some Russian blood in you." So what makes you think that? She said, "Well, you know, you've got a bull neck, you've got that kind of Russian bear build." She said, "What you ought to do is send off a sample of your sputum to 23andme.com, and they will give you your hereditary." Yeah, so where your genetic origins are. So I duly sent this off, and I don't have any Russian blood in me, about 0.01% chance of having Russian blood in me. But some part of my family origins come from the Basque Country, and another part comes from an area which is now under the North Sea called Doggerland. So that was I wouldn't say it was disappointing. The thing that really struck me was that this analysis of my DNA told me that I got a 32% chance of getting diabetes too. And that made me think that maybe I should do something about it. If it hadn't have been for looking at the BBC website, literally a few days afterwards, they were talking about the jawbone up bracelet that measures your steps, measures your sleep, and allows you to calculate how many calories that you're taking. So I decided to put all these things together and see if I could improve my health through wearable technologies and trying to meet targets for number of steps and the calories, etc. And within 3 months I lost 21 kilos. So I proved I could do it. And one of the reasons I was able to do it was because I was living on my own at that time. So I really had control of my comings and goings. Now, some year later, after September 2013, I met my partner, and it's gone downhill ever since. No, that's not true. I met my partner, but we both like to eat, we both like a drink, but I still do 10,000 steps every day. I walk 5 miles every day, and I've only missed about 6 or 7 days in the last 6 years. And what I find is that although you can see I'm well-rounded, it's had a positive effect on my health, and not just my physical fitness, but also my mental sharpness.